So the mantra for this podcast is uh, health equity isn't an abstract concept; it's a lived experience. So we'd love to hear about your personal experience and the inspiration behind Unite empowering events. So what motivated you to create these programs and so forth?
So the question I get all the time is, did I have cancer? Have I ever been diagnosed with cancer? And when I tell people no, I think they're really surprised that I would dedicate my life work to helping women and their families who are impacted by that. Um,
Right.
for me, the motivation started when my mom was diagnosed with cancer. I was in my young 20s and I watched her lose her hair, and then she had one
Mm.
breast removed and kept just one breast. So, as a young woman, it really bothered me to watch her have those physical changes, but she had an amazing attitude. So, I don't think I was really impacted by her experience so much. Just, knowing that at that time, that now that I was at risk myself, and praise God, I get checked every year, and everything comes out good. But the statistics really do show, that many women will be diagnosed, and especially if you have a history. So I'm very proactive about my screenings. But years later, in
Yeah.
2012, I guess, two of my friends were both diagnosed with aggressive forms of breast cancer. And that was when it really hit hard, because I hung out with them and they were just these vibrant, amazing women who all of a sudden, first the story was the same. Oh my gosh, I found something suspicious. They're going to do a
Mm.
biopsy. And then you just watch the fear set in. And then you're hoping that it comes out okay, and then they get the news that it's cancer, and then they have to enter this foreign world that one day they're just moving around like everybody else, and the next minute their entire life changes with that one sentence of you have cancer. And so I watched what they went through, where they lost their hair and they started fearing, am I going to be around for my kids? And their energy changed, their outlook changed. And I think many of us who are on the sidelines, so many of us watching a loved one go
Mhm.
through that, that
Mhm.
our desire is to help. But a lot of times we don't know how. I mean, you say, I'll pray for you. I'm here for you. Let me know what I can do. But that always feels a little empty, because you don't, where does it go from there? So for me, I just
Right.
set out to say, well, how can I use my background, which was special events, and I have a sorority background, and I saw the power of bringing women together and how women can
Right.
lift each other up. And I thought, what if I just create an experience for my friends that
Mm.
allows them to take their mind off cancer and realize that you're still beautiful. You still are an amazing
Right.
woman. Don't forget that because
Right.
of cancer. And I didn't know when I had that idea, which was way back when, a runway show for cancer survivors, that there was such a greater need beyond feeling good. It was, wow, there's not a really big effort in the world of cancer to address emotional healing and support. I mean, I know people are trying a variety of ways, but that was the
Right.
feedback we got. Was it was so good for these women to get together in a safe environment and start sharing their stories and leaning on each other. And I
Right.
realized at that time, my goodness, this needs to continue. So it was an accidental discovery of an
Right.
organization based on seeing the outcome of a runway show that was started off as a fundraiser and now as a full on 501c3 public charity.
That has been an interesting journey. Again, you mentioned that your mom had cancer, you had close friends with cancer, and it impacted you, and you wanted to do something about it. Now, how about your life journey with regards to uh, support, with regards to emotional challenges? Did you have any personal challenge that kind of motivate you, that you find perhaps common to even to those with cancer?
It's going to sound strange the way I put this, but the
Right.
catalyst was that in college, I was the president of my sorority, and one of our pledges got gang raped by several fraternity
Mm.
brothers. And as president, and I was just a young collegian, going about my life. And then all of a sudden an event occurred that was catastrophic and life-changing for this gal,
Yeah.
this young gal.
Right.
And I watched my sorority implode overnight. Confusion, sadness, despair. And we had to learn as young women at that time how to rally and how to like soul search, like what's important to us in life, and how can we be there for each other. And that was truly the catalyst of me learning the power of friends and meaningful
And support.
relationships and support. And I watched, so we had some advisors who helped us through that. And
Right.
some of the things they taught us back in my sorority, I use in my programs today. They were helpful to me as a young woman, and I use those today with the ladies that I serve in the cancer organization. So really, yes, the world is cancer that I work in now, but it really could apply to anybody going through
Right.
a life-changing traumatic experience.
It's amazing how our early life experiences shape who we are today and informs and helps us to make substantial contribution to society and to those who are in need. And that's why I asked the question, and I'm happy that you see the connection there between your college experience with your friend and what you do.
Thanks for listening to Cultivating Health Equity Stories. Remember, our mission is to amplify voices, challenge norms, and inspire change. Go to cultivatehealthequity.com, sign up on our email list, subscribe for future episodes, and find the resources mentioned in the show notes. Until next time.